Hey everyone, welcome back to Operation Meteor, your weekly go-to for all things Gundam Card Game by Bandai. This is the portion of the program that we are going to talk about, hopefully the weekly stuff, community events, content creation, anything Gundam Card Game related. I'll try to relay that there because I know, like myself and many others, we don't have time to sit there and scroll through various social medias and Reddit forums and stuff, so I'll compile some of that information on a weekly basis. It'll probably be a week or two before we start talking about market prices for cards because market's going to be all over the place. We're going to have people trying to sell, legendary rares, pluses and pluses and some of the stuff at like a high mark. So the market's going to be volatile, so we're not going to worry too much about it for at least a solid 2 to 4 weeks until we see prices stabilize. So what I have for you today is we're going to talk about a couple of events that happened over the last week, and when we get to it, hopefully you've been having a great starter deck. I guess for like the rest of that event, you got those Kira and Strike Gundam promos, got some shields, and you hopefully met some new players, or maybe your current community embraces it and you guys got to have fun with the new game. So this week on 7/25, we're going to see new type rising booster packs that are going to go out on sale at MSRP at $4.99. You can see your local stores upselling, probably hopefully no more than $2 to $3 more per pack. Boxes are going to be looking around $120 MSRP. Be careful because don't let anyone fool you. There are people who are trying to sell these boxes as high as $250 to $300. Guys, the market will stabilize, so please do not panic buy and get into it. There's been many retailers telling folks, look, we're going to get a second wave of these in August. Just hang in there. Unless you're playing in the regional in Dallas in September, I would not worry about it and just let those guys sit on that product for trying to scalp it to us. Do keep in mind that, we're on the hook for encouraging this behavior, so try to do your best to not do that. If your local game shop is selling at a high mark, I do apologize. I wish that people weren't trying to make as much money off of a community, but unfortunately that's where we're at. Speaking of store events, we are going to see the start this weekend at the stores hosting the sealed format for boosters. So there's going to be two types of events. You're going to see one of two ways that stores are run. You're going to see a booster only sealed, which will have the following construction rules applied. You get 4 booster packs. The deck must be exactly 30 cards. There are no color restrictions with building the deck. That means you can mix all 4 colors up to your liking. You can include any number of cards of the same card number. So if you so happen to get like 6 of, the Gundam Aerial bid on 4, you can actually run with that for this event, but only at this event. The second variation is called the Starter Plus Booster Sealed. The following constructional rules apply. You get to open 1 starter deck and 4 booster packs. Your deck is going to be exactly 50 cards. The key is no color restrictions when building the deck, and you can include any number of cards with the same card number. So basically you could get like Heroic Beginnings, but you can still fit in like a green card like the Death Scythe, or you could put in a red card like a Sinandra or something like that. Double check on the Gundam app or reach out to your local store to see which one you're running so you can get at least a little bit of preparations. I would highly recommend that if you already have resources in Uni X space and an extra resource, keep that to the side because it'll make life a lot easier knowing that you have those resources, especially if you're only playing in just the booster only format. So that starts this weekend. Hopefully you can find a local store. I know we had some guys probably been as far as an hour just to play at our local game shop because we're the ones carrying it. So hopefully you guys are in the same position to where you can get somewhere close and you can play and enjoy the starter deck. The booster packs release events. Speaking of, if you haven't been in the know, the Gundam Teaching app came out with an update that simulates the ability to open those packs, and they added more cards from the Gundam Wing and the Witch from Mercury series, so you can have a little bit more to play with to test some stuff out there. It's the only official app. There are a few others, and I'm sure that those other ones are probably in the habit of pushing those cards out on those apps and having you guys test them for legal reasons. I can't say what they are, but they exist. Speaking of packs, the only other note I had that I almost forgot is that people are commenting that some packs may be God packs. Like we had God starter decks that had pretty much some amazing plus versions of the cards. You may be able to count that in the booster packs. Can't confirm that's 100%, but it seems like people who have done early boxes and open packs seem to have gotten that as part of their first group. Speaking of, I am going to bring you some community resources. So in the description below, I'll put these links out there, but we have Uni X TCG. That character has done an amazing job on promoting Bandai card games from One Piece. Dragon Ball, and now Gundam. They're going to go over how to build a deck on one of the websites. They'll have links to that and essentially kind of go over some things you may be looking at for things such as, synergy, color types, what to kind of focus on when building a deck, and give you at least an idea of how to competitively construct a deck and how to fine tune it. They do an amazing job, and I wanted to give them a shout out because I enjoyed their video and I thought they had some really great points. Speaking of meta decks, the Eggman, that channel has covered some great tournaments for other Bandai games. They just got done doing a video on Decklist from a group called the Eagle's Nest Tournament, where they played card games using proxies. If you're not familiar, what a proxy card is that since Bandai has released the full art of the cards, they pretty much print them off, put them in sleeves, and then they're playing on webcams. It seemed like for the most part, the Gundam Wing cards are actually getting a lot of love, either in green-blue or green-white combinations, and there was even a deck that was the white-red that did some poke damage. I'll include a list of the channel, and you can take a look at the deck list as well. And finally, I'm going to try to do a question of the week based on the rules. Try to answer some things that may not be clear, or unless you've read the rules pretty thoroughly, you may not get. I had this happen to me over the weekend. I didn't know, so we had to pull up the rule book. But the question is, can you replace a pilot that's already paired with a card? The answer is no. According to section 523, a pilot cannot be paired with a unit that's already paired with another pilot. As a rule, a unit can only have at most one pilot paired with it. So basically that has it to where you can't actually replace it or do anything with that. And also keep in mind that if a card gets, pushed to your hand, if you have a card that says, hey, return a unit with like 3 strength or lower to the opponent's hand and has a pilot attached, it goes with them to the hand. It doesn't go to the trash like in other games where attachments, may be destroyed when the unit leaves the field of play. Do me a favor, guys, when you guys are watching the content, whether you like or subscribe or do any of that stuff, it doesn't matter, but please do me a solid and help push this game out a little bit more. I've been seeing more and more Gundam fans not aware that the game is out, and they're curious and they don't know what's going on. So if you can share stuff from your guys' stuff, whether it's at an event, pools, just make sure that if you're using tags, use the hashtag Gundam along with Gundam Card Game, so that way you can get some of the other Gundam fans who may be missing out and get them involved with this. I'd love to see this game grow and this community grow. And on that note, if you have content creators that you feel have really great points and can really do something to help us out with building out this game, and I know there's a multitude of stuff, please put it in the comments section or send me a message so I can take a look and I can get them stuff to do. I've got pretty much almost both social media, and I want to be able to start connecting these groups together so that way we can build out this community. And hopefully you guys will enjoy, if you're participating in the New Type Rising release events this weekend. You guys have fun. You guys get some great pools. I am myself hoping to get at least 2 boxes. If we get anything cool, we'll share them on the various social media platforms. I was glad that I got an Ailstrike LR Plus card from one of my packs from events this last weekend, and I'm looking forward to open more. And with that, we'll hopefully have some more content for you. I'm working on more pronunciation guides. I'm getting my butt kicked a little bit because it's been a minute since I've watched some of these shows. The Workshop Mercury has a lot of weird ones. There's a couple from Unicorn, since I haven't seen that one, with a lot of old Xeon remnant stuff that I need to go through, and we'll get that out, especially for folks who may have not watched, or like in my case, hadn't seen them in a while. And with that, go forth, Gundam team.